your host, Brian David, the Lady Star, from the StarQuest channel. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm here once again with Elegant. From the Howard Stern Show, you know him, but Elegant loves America, and America loves Elegant. We're talking about the case that happened down in Florida where Elegant was abused and thrown in jail just for dressing the way he dresses and being elegant. He's had psychological problems since then. He's going to psychotherapy. He's been abused mentally, physically, and without cause. America, it's time for you to stand up and do something about this, because even the lawyers, well, I'll let Elegant tell you.
Once more time, my deepest thanks, Brian David, the Lady Star, for allowing me this opportunity to tell America of such a, this is probably, if it's not the worst, it had to be in the top 2 worst things that have ever happened in my entire life. And yes, I'm approaching 60 years of age, so we're talking about something that's unforgettable, and probably in the eyes of the world is probably unforgivable. So in any event, here it is in the capsule summation form, in a brief summary.
Okay, all right, let's get it.
Right, okay, so it goes as this. So after I was released from jail on bail for doing nothing, after I suffered the way I am, I decided that something had to be done so that this wouldn't ever again happen to anybody else. In other words, I never wanted to go through this again, and I never want any other sexual minority, any other person who might be a homosexual, a transgender, a transsexual, or a transvestite, right? To ever have to go through this brutality ever again in anybody's lifetime. So I instituted and initiated and commenced a $21 million lawsuit, a summons and complaint, in Manhattan Supreme Court at 60 Center Street. And of course, the long and short of it was, I emerged victorious. And the thing that was so troubling about the case in Supreme Court, although I emerged victorious, right, was that the lawyers of Callahan and Fusco, who were hired by the co-defendants of Holiday Inn and the Intercontinental Hotel Group and Through Management and Charles Neese, who's the owner of that particular franchise hotel. Okay, so in any event, the alarming part was that these lawyers, because of their savvy and sophistication in the law world, tried to do something that was so clandestine and so underhanded. In other words, to make it brief, they drew up a motion, which of course failed, flunked, and flopped, right? Because it failed, flunked, and flopped. But what they tried to do, they tried to tell the Supreme Court that my case against their clients, against all the co-defendants, was based on United States Code 42-1983. In other words, they were trying to sell a bill of goods to the Supreme Court that I was suing Holiday Inn for a deprivation of civil rights under a civil federal rights deprivation. And of course I wasn't. I was suing and am suing Holiday Inn for malicious prosecution, intentional infliction of emotional distress, libel and slander, and false arrest and false imprisonment. Okay, well fortunately, the Supreme Court Justice Carol Robinson Ed Mead, who deserves all the credit in the world, was able to ascertain the value of the case, see through their decoy, and how Callahan and Fusco was trying to decoy and delude the Supreme Court. And of course, she rejected their motion. She gave rise to my motion and moved my court forward to Florida for the payday, and the finish off of that. And the reason it has to be finished off in Florida is because it's from a jurisdictional standpoint, because the illegal and the unlawful and the unconscionable arrest and lockup against Elegant happened in Miami, Florida.
Okay, so you heard it. You heard it on the Star Quest channel. You heard it first. America, once again, you're with us. Elegant loves America, and America loves Elegant. So what we want you to do is stay tuned to the Star Quest channel, and you'll hear our final clip as we tie this up and let you know what your responsibility is to the entertainers, the people who make America this great country, the ones who set new rules and new precedents, the ones who go where no man has gone before, the ones who are entertaining you and making you a better person in support of you and in support of the freedom that America stands for. Stay tuned to the Star Quest channel. I'm your host, Brian David, the Lady Star. I'm here with Elegant. Elegant, thank you so very much for being on our show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned. Check our next clip. We got some hot news for you.